go check some mares? Go check some mares. All right, Ruby. Let's see what we got here. So, welcome back. So remember, we bred Ruby. So I guess you just saw the video. So this is like 13 days later. So we're checking to see if she's pregnant. So we bred her, she ovulated, and now we're seeing if she's pregnant. We're going to check all these mares that we bred that same day, just to follow up on the day when we bred everything. So that's what we're doing today. Uterus feels good. So see, that's the uterus we're looking at right there. Okay? Uterus. And I'm going up the right horn. Right. That's a cyst. That right there is a cyst. That's pregnancy. See right there? Nice round, day 12. Okay? So you don't want to confuse the cyst right there. See how it's at the top of the uterus? There's two of them. There's 1, 2 right there. That is not a pregnancy. But that is a pregnancy. Okay? Nice round, day 12. Looks good. Alright, let's go get a little Mendota. Yep. No shot. She's good. Everybody's good here. Now remember, Ruby was the one that had the retained placenta that we had to remove. I did a video of us removing the placenta. So I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see she's pregnant again. She's my best mare. So, a lot with the retained placenta, a lot of people's like, oh, I tell you, she had like 12 or 14, 15 foals. Everybody's like, that's too many. Well, embryo transfer, I used to do embryo transfer on her a bunch. And when I had a bunch of recent mares here, I'd flush embryos out of her, and I might have 2 or 3 a year, and they were good. So, but now I'm just like, she's getting up in her age, and I'm not really feeling like flushing embryos. It's more colts than I can ride anyways. So there we go. Got a big horse colt on the side, retained placenta. We got the placenta out, and we got a bred right back. So that's pretty good. So, all right, we're getting little Mendota up. Now remember Ruby. Remember when I bred Ruby, remember she'd already ovulated, and I told you it's all right to go ahead and breed them after they ovulate as long as you're within about 6 or 8 hours. And we knew that we were, because I checked her the day before and I gave her a shot of Desirelin, or the LH, to make her ovulate. So I knew I was in that window. At least I was pretty sure I was. So that's why I went ahead and bred her, and that's good. We lucked out on that one. So little Mendota she is out of Ruby, the mare that we just had, and out of the clone of Smart Little Lena. She's a really cool little mare. I like her. She's young, real young. So she should be about the same. Should be about a 12-day embryo too. There's the uterus. There's the pregnancy right there. Okay? That looks like about a day 13 actually. It's a little bigger than a 12. That's fine. That's good. That's good. Make sure there's just one. Okay, that's an ovary. That's not a pregnancy. That's an ovary. And the other ovary. So why I'm doing that is I'm just making sure we got just one. I knew she just ovulated off one, but I always double check. No shot. She can go home. Bring Sage. Yes. So Sage is also a daughter of Playboy's Ruby. Watch her. Look out, little lady. Get him, lady. Get him, push him up. Lady, push him up. You better push him up. Hey, don't go that way. Don't go that way. There you go. She's good now. You're good now. She looks like she's putting a little weight back on, doesn't she? Okay. All right, Sage. All right, so this mare here, same deal. We bred her same time. We did them other two. Big cyst. Big cyst. Yeah. She's pregnant. So this mare's got a, see that right there? That is not a pregnancy. That's a big cyst. Right there. Not a pregnancy. But that is. Let's look at day 13, 14. Looks good. Remember, she'd ovulated too. There you go. That's ovary. That's left ovary. Those are follicles. That's a uterus. That's the horn. Oh, right over your follicles. Horn. Cyst. And pregnancy. Pregnancy's up in the horn a little ways, which isn't always too bad. It's better than being back by the cervix. So this is going to the back, cervix there. Okay. All right. Well, we're 100%. Good deal. Well, okay. So let's go over what we did here. So we got the mares in, ultrasounded the mares, and we determined that they were breeders by looking at the follicles, looking at the uterus, with the ultrasound, knowing that they're in heat. And what I'm saying the follicle is, remember what I talked about on the ovaries. So the follicle grows about 5 millimeters a day, and these had about 30, 32 millimeter follicles. So we knew they were going to ovulate on their own within about a day or two. So what I did is I went in and gave them a shot of LH or the Desirelin or Bruce Allen, whatever you want to call it these days, and gave them 24 hours because that'll make them ovulate in about 30 hours. And 2 of the mares had ovulated just as we collected that stud the following morning. So we collected CD reloaded, had some good semen, bred all 3 of those mares that we gave Desirelin to, and they all ovulated shortly afterwards. So remember, we want to just breed them one time, and we want them to ovulate as quick as we can after we breed them, right? So that's what we did. And we hit all 3 of them just right. All 3 of them came up pregnant. So, and the embryos that we're looking at today were like 13 days. So they double in size about every day. So they get big fast. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something else that I'm missing here. So I want y'all to really understand how we bred them and how the AI works, so that if you're breeding mares or you're doing something like that, maybe this would be a good help for you. So that's about all I can think about. We had a good rain last night here on the ranch, which we needed. We only got like 3 tenths here at headquarters, but on the east side and the west side of the ranch, we got like 8, 9 tenths. So that's good. We're needing it. We got hay laid down here, which, I mean, that's part of it. You get hay rained. You don't want to get your hay rained on, but it did get rained on, so it is what it is. So I want to get these checked today. I got government coming in with their helicopters. We'll be training. Of course, that's all stuff I can't show you, but yeah, it's going to be a fun week for me. I'm looking forward to it. So, well, drop me some comments on the AI stuff. Any questions? I really want to make sure y'all understand how to AI, and it's really easy. It's not hard. You just kind of got to know the steps. 1, 2, 3 steps, and good. So, give me a thumbs up if this was helpful for you, or if you enjoyed it. And thanks, and share it with your friends. Thank you. We'll see you.